Well, howdy, folks, and thank you for your interest in my logging program here. This is one in a series of spreadsheet apps that I've been developing that are just simple applications for the ham radio operator that helps you keep track of contacts, helps you keep track of worked all counties, worked all states, and stuff like that you can do on the computer, and you can see at a glance the ones you've worked and what ones you still need. Several years ago, I made a spreadsheet application for a ham logging program in Excel, and I've sent that out to a lot of people, or it's been downloaded from my website over the years a lot of times, and even today I still get emails every once in a while from folks wanting help with a little problem. But that one is so old in the tooth, or long in the tooth, that I decided that I might do another one, a little more modern program. That one was made in Excel XP, I believe it was, or it was like 1997, something like that. This one is developed in LibreOffice, which is an open source Microsoft Office alternative that is available online for free download. So it's a really slick program. It is in a lot of ways compatible with Microsoft Office or Microsoft Excel. It is a suite. You get a word processor, you get the spreadsheet, you get a drawing program, and a couple of other things, a presentation program. But I'm just using the spreadsheet, or it's called LibreCalc. This will also probably work in OpenOffice. That's related to LibreOffice, but LibreOffice is kind of the leading horse in the race right now. So I'm starting to do all of it in LibreOffice. So in just a minute, I'll kind of show you the ins and outs of the program, and then I'll show you how to get it and how to download LibreOffice and how to download this particular application. When you first get this application and load it, LibreOffice it is set up by default until you change it, so that when you press the Enter key, each time you press the Enter key, the cursor goes down. For this particular program, you'll probably want it so that it'll go to the right, because it'll work a lot better. So each time you press Enter, then it'll go like this, across instead of down. Another thing you will notice when you first open LibreOffice for the first time with this application, or any application that has macros, you will see a message that the macros have been disabled. They do that for security purposes, because a lot of viruses and such can come in macros. So they have that set, their macro security set to high, which disables the macros. So what you'll need to do is load the application, see that message, and then I have instructions over here to the right that show you how to go in and change that. Now also, you'll see this one right here, this cursor right after Enter. That's the first one I told you about. It tells you how to change that. You go to Tools, you go to Options, and then you go to LibreOffice Calc, which is this one right here. And let's see, then you go to General, and then you'll see right here on this drop down, you can make the cursor go down, right, up, or left when you press Enter. So you will want to set that to right, and then just press OK. And it does that globally, and once you do that once, you won't ever have to do it again, unless you want to change it and make it go another direction. The disabling of the macros is another issue that you will have to fix, and that's pretty much the same way. Go Tools, Options, go into Calc, and I believe it's View. No, that's the grids. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, okay, wait a minute. It's LibreOffice and Security. That's where it is. So let me do that again. You go to Tools, Options, you'll go to open up LibreOffice, go to Security, and it'll take you here to Macro Security. So you click on Macro Security, and it'll be set on high. And so you'll want to change it to either medium, which means it'll ask you every time you open it if you want to turn on the macros, or you can set it to low and it'll just do it. You won't be as protected from viruses, but I've never really had a problem anyway with that. So use your own judgment on that, set it to wherever you want. But I set it to low, and then that means when you open up the spreadsheet, the macros just automatically work and it doesn't give you any kind of a dialogue about it. So the way this starts off, first thing, of course, you do, you make a contact, and, well, let's do this first. First thing you do is you go up here and put in your call. So you just type in, that is an unprotected cell there, so you don't have to turn off protection in order to type in your call. Another thing you'll want to do, if you want UTC time to be listed over here instead of local time, you put in your UTC offset. Now, I live in the Mountain Time Zone, so my offset during the standard time months is 7, and then when we go to daylight savings time, we switch to 6. You switch that to 6. When you switch that, it's not gonna make any changes to any entries you already have put in. It'll only make changes from starting with the new setting on, and you can change that back and forth, and it doesn't change anything else. So I have mine on 7. It's easy. You just click on there and type in the proper. If you have a negative offset, you put in a negative number. If you have a positive offset, you put in a positive number. So you're sitting here, you're making contact, and so you'll want to hit New Entry. So you just click here, New Entry, this green button here. That'll put in the date, which is compatible, by the way, with the LOTW ADIF format, although I don't have any way yet to transfer this over to that. That's something I might be working on in the future. And by the way, I developed this and made it available for download, and Tony Pattinson, who is VE2KM, started communicating with me, and he had some ideas, so he made some revisions. So between the two, we've come up with this particular logging program, and this is open source, so if you want to make changes to it, feel free to do so. We'd kind of like to keep track of any changes anybody makes, so if you make changes or if you have any requests for changes, I can't guarantee we'll make them, but make the changes, send the sheet to us so we can take a look at it, and with your permission, if we like it, we'll go ahead and incorporate your changes in this sheet, so that way we can kind of make a, it'll be kind of a community project. So once you hit New Entry, it'll automatically enter the date and the time. It'll bypass the time off, and it'll come to the station part. Now the station, I don't know if this is a little difficulty in the program itself, but you have to click the mouse there also in order to take focus off of wherever it is and put it on here, and then you can type in the station that you're working. Now, I like to use the caps lock so I get all caps on it. So let's just say it's W7ABC, okay? Then you press enter, you type in their name. Let's say his name is, it's just regular log entries at this point. QTH, maybe he's in Boston today, and the country has a drop-down list, so you can either type in the country or you can use this drop-down list if you want to make sure that you get it just right. And the U.S. calls are down a ways. Let's see, okay, here we are right here. You just click on it, it'll automatically enter it. The report, let's say he's a 599, and he gave you a 599, and the mode also has a drop down where we have a few modes listed in here. Let's say we worked them on CW, so I was running 200 watts, and that was on 40 meters, which also has a drop down list here, and the frequency is 7.055, let's say, and he is in Massachusetts. Now this has not only a list of the U.S. states, but also the Canadian provinces. that were added by Tony, VE2KM. So that's kind of a neat thing too. So let's say we want to put in Massachusetts, so we can find MA here. There we go. So we'll click on MA. You can put in a grid if you want to. I don't know what grid that would be. You can put in a FISTS number. You can put a yes or no for a QSL. And there's a place here for notes. Now, if you go over here, you'll see by disabling protection, column headings can be changed. And here's the protection password 1234. So if you want to change any of these column headings, you can do that, but they're all protected. So, which means you can't do anything. If you try to change anything, you're going to get this protected cells cannot be modified. So what you have to do is you come up here to Tools, Protect Sheet, and type in 1234, press enter, and then you can go up here and you can change any of these. For instance, if you don't have a FIST number or we'll never use it, you can change that to something else, whatever you want it to be. So it's adaptable that way. You might want to change the QSL or whatever. Some of these over here, you can change any of them, but I would encourage you to leave these basic ones alone and then just change these few out here if you want to. When you get done changing that, be sure you go back here to Tools, Protect Sheet, and re-protect it. Not that we're trying to keep anything secret, but what this will do is keep you from accidentally wiping out a cell without knowing it, like your column heading or something like that. You just type in 1234, or actually you can put in anything you want, and then you have to put it in again, and then if they both match, then it'll say OK, and then you can click OK, and then it'll be protected again. What's protected are all these outer cells. These cells here are not protected. They can't be protected if you're going to use the program. So you go through there and put in all your entries, everything's fine, and then okay, then you sign. So you come over here and you click on time off and click end QSO time. Click that and it'll automatically put the time in for you. So that's how that works. And then you're ready for a new entry. Now when you click new entry again, it'll automatically put in the next QSO number, it'll put in the date and the time, and away you go again. And so you get all your entry information in here. Over time, you'll want to start looking stuff up. So that's where this search on comes in handy. You click on search on, and it'll bring up this search criteria area. And it says the first thing you do is put in what you want to search for. That's the field name. Let's say you want to search for a particular. Now, we don't have any data in here, so we're not going to be able to really pull anything up. But you tell it that you want to look under the station column, and you want to, and that has equals, greater than, less than, or whatever. So if you leave that equals, then you can search for a particular call sign. When you click on value, then it'll give you a list of the entries that are already in that column. And in this case, we only have one, which is W7ABC. So you can click on that, click OK, and then it'll just pull up that one particular entry. Or if you have several QSOs with W7ABC, it'll bring them all up and all the other stuff goes away. And then when you're done with that, you just click search off, and then that takes you back to, it shows all your information again. So it's real powerful. You can look up several criteria at the same time. You say you want to look up W7ABC, and maybe you've had several QSOs using various modes over time. So maybe you just want to look up the times you've had a CW QSO. So you'd go in here and you'd again put in the whoops, I got to go back here and put in station, and then you want to find W7ABC. You want another one, and you want to look under mode. Okay, I know it's in there. We go. And then, but you want to see all the, maybe the CW contacts you've had, and you can put in 2 more criteria also, and then you click OK, and it'll show you all the CW contacts you've had with W7ABC. So by using this little criteria area, you can focus down on just about anything. So it has good, powerful features on this. program, and it's a simple log, pretty much like the one that you would use, just a paper log. If you're looking for one that has all the bells and whistles and lets you send to LOTW, and it has all the different contest modules in it and stuff, then this is not for you. This is just for somebody who wants something that's free and wants something to keep that's simple, that you can keep track of your contents, of your contacts, and also maybe have some search features. So that's what this is for. We also have a list of prefix. This is the list of prefixes that you look up when you put in the country. So there's like 400 of them here or something like that. So that's kind of a neat deal, and that's an addition that Tony Pattinson made on this. So again, this thing will evolve over time, so you might check back often to see if there's any updates. Again, this is done in LibreOffice. It'll probably also work in OpenOffice, but it was designed in LibreOffice, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, that's pretty much the way this works. By the way, if you get your cursor out in the middle of nowhere and you don't know where it's at, you just click home, click the home key, and it'll take it back to A1. Whenever you want to make a new entry, again, you just click on New Entry. It'll add the QSO number, the date and the time, and you put in the information here. So all the QSO numbers over here, they're under protected cells, so you can't automatically wipe one of them out. If you accidentally wipe one of these out, it's not such a big deal. You can just go back here and hit New Entry, and it'll put it in again. So no big deal. Now, how do you get this? You open up your browser, and these are living on our local ham radio club website, k7mva.org. So you type in k7mva.org. If you want, you can put /links, and it'll take you right there. It'll be links.html, and it'll take you right to it. Or you can just put in k7mva.org. It'll take you to our front page. Actually, this isn't the one. It'll take you to, let's see if I can make it happen here. Okay, this is actually our front page. This is the one it'll take you to. You click here to here to enter. Then it takes you to this page. You go down here and click on links, and then that'll take you to the links page where all these downloads live. First thing you'll want to do is probably download LibreOffice. It's free. You just click here. It'll take you to their website, and you can download LibreOffice. And then once you've done that, you can download any of these applications here. And again, these will be added to over time. So far, I have an application for grid squares, worked all states, Hamlog, which is this one. You can download County Hunters. It'll be in OpenOffice. And download worked all continents for OpenOffice. If they say OpenOffice and that's the one you want, then I would download OpenOffice for those. If they say LibreOffice, then I would download LibreOffice and use that for that particular application. For Hamlog, it was designed in LibreOffice, so that's probably the one you're going to want to click. Click here, and then it'll just download, and you can load her up. I also have some demonstration videos here that you can go to that shows you how to use that particular application, give you a little demo, show you what it is. You can decide if you want to download it or not. So it's that simple, and again, it's K7MVA, K7MagicValleyAmateurs.org, and we are in Twin Falls, Idaho. So I'm going to click this off and go back to here. You can keep up to 50,000 contacts in this, and it would be pretty easy to expand that even farther, but for now it's set up for 50,000. And again, if you make any changes in this, send us the changes for fun, and if we like them, we'll incorporate them in the next download. This is kind of a work in progress, so I think it'll be kind of fun. Seemed like there was another thing or two I was going to tell you. Oh, well, before pressing end QSO time, be sure the cursor is in the proper place. So when you end the QSO, make sure you come over here adjacent to where your QSO is in the time off before you end the QSO time. Otherwise, it'll put that in another area and it won't make any sense. Now that's not a big deal. You can just go there and delete it, but and then come back up and put it in the right place. But if you notice that it's putting them in the wrong place, that's because you don't have your cursor in the right place when you press the macro button there. One other thing, there is no charge for using this application. There are no restrictions. I do have a donate page here. Our club, Magic Valley Amateur Radio Club, does sponsor an Explorer post through the Boy Scouts. They are not Boy Scouts, but it is with the Boy Scouts of America program. It's the Explorer group, Post 773. We focus on teaching science, technology, engineering, and math, the STEM project. And if you appreciate the program and like what it does, would like to donate a little bit, then you can click on this link here. It'll take you to our donation page on our website. I got to hit Control to do that. And it'll take you back to our website. There is a little donation page there. Supposed to be in it. Okay, this is it here. It'll take you here and you can donate whatever you like, a few dollars, a few $1,000s. We'll take anything, but this will go to the Explorer group for projects that we have going with them. Our club is a 501c3 organization, so anything you donate will be tax deductible for you. And we'd appreciate anything. If you can't do that or don't want to, that's fine. You can still use it, and it's not restricted. So if you have any questions on this, and I'm going to be putting this video up on the website, and I'll have some information in the description part, how you can contact me and how you can download the application, this application here, along with some others. So my email is kelly@k7su.com, and I'd like to hear from you if you have comments about it or suggestions, or if you want to participate in the building of this thing and want to make some changes, that would be great. So that's the Amateur Radio Logbook for LibreOffice. I'm Kelly, K7SU, and thank you very much.